Okay, so I'm recording this now because I had a long, long day. Like I just came back from school and then I had to do like 3 hours of homework, which is like annoying enough because it's like, But then also I gotta record a video because I need to get a video out because I just realized I haven't uploaded in a few days because, yeah. So this is the content you're getting. Sorry if I'm bad. I'm just extremely exhausted from today, but like. Yeah, like I had to get like world history done, and I today I had to like do it because it took 3 hours because I decided to do almost absolutely nothing in class, and I was like, what would be a good idea right now? Just run. You know what would be a good idea for me to finally do it when I did nothing in class all day, and I'm like completely out. Sad, and I'm like completely regretting it now because it's like, oh man, I have so much work to do. I probably have another class that I gotta get done, but I haven't because I've just been that lazy. But today we were just talking about folklore or something like that, like something just like, oh yeah, this is like a legend, but like try to figure out if it's fake, or like try to figure out if it's fake or not. That's what's basically we're doing. It's like, okay, you gotta write an article, like a lateral read. I don't know how you say it. Lateral reading is basically like if you're trying to wonder around what it is. Basically, you gain gain more than like one source. So it's like, oh yeah, you're searching about vegetables, trying to figure out if a pumpkin's a fruit, and you think, oh yeah, he's not a fruit because he has whatever. And you search one thing and it says he isn't a fruit, he is a vegetable, but you don't believe it. Well, lateral sources does, you get more than just one piece of evidence. You get like multiple pieces of evidence. If one source say it's a fruit and another say it's a vegetable, you get one more source to see if it's a fruit or a vegetable. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. I try my best to describe it if you know what I mean, but still. Hey, yo, I finally got 1 kill, and there's more coming. Miss. Yeah, but like, today we were doing like folklore, like that type of stuff. And I was just like, I was doing it, but then they're like, okay, you gotta do stuff like, I don't know, because I live in like Chicago, like Illinois. Like, and they were talking about a legend. It was basically just like, okay, so this woman, she was like at high school prom or whatever, and she got killed, like at leaving her prom or something. Like she got killed by hit or run or like just murdered or something, and her parents were sad. But then mysterious sightings of her started happening. Like they kept being like a young girl in a white dress, like getting hitchhiked, and everyone would pick her up. They would talk to her, and then she would tell her to go to this address, which was a cemetery. And every time oh, hold up, I'm gonna die because there's too much blocks. But every time they go there, she would just disappear because they would look outside, they get out, just look around. It's like, huh. Then they'll try to ask her, is this where you're going? Because this doesn't seem like a house. But then they would just see, oh yeah, it's a cemetery. But then when they look back at us, she would just be gone, just abracadabra like Eminem or whatever. I don't know. Got bored and tired. But anyway, so that's basically one of the legends, and I'm like, wow. Now I gotta go over with my friends to the graveyard and see if we can catch anything. Because me and my friends, we always wanted to go like do something paranormal, like, oh yeah, we go to this like weird house and see what happens, like that type of stuff. Because, oh shoot, because we're dumb like that, and we think it would be cool. So like, we're still planning to do that one day. Like, we'll just go to like a random place and be like, yeah, we're gonna see if this is haunted or not. Bring footage and stuff. That's basically what we were going to do. So basically, my thing was like, oh yeah, just do anything that's like folklore, like I don't know, anything that's like haunted and stuff. So I'm like, huh, anything haunted, right? And I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, why don't I do the Annabelle doll? Because if you don't know, it's an Annabelle doll. You think it's like, oh yeah, it's a movie. No, it's based off a true doll. There's a true doll. It's a Raggedy Ann doll, not that weird, freaky doll. Like, I think they just made it for the movie because they were like, this thing is too innocent, and also because I just read about it. It was like over copyright issues and yada yada yada. They didn't want to deal with that, so they just made a new doll. So Yeah, that's why they made that. So the basics of the animal doll is basically two high school students, one named Dama received the doll from her mother as like a gift, you know, because she liked dolls. And so there was another nurse in the apartment that she shared with, and they were just like, so they were fond of the doll, they liked it. But then mysterious stuff started happening. Like they would like leave the doll, but then, like the doll's arms would be crossed, and like when they know they left it uncrossed, they like the doll's hands would be up, even though they would leave it down half the time. So that really just concerned them because they were like, why is this happening? Ow. Okay, that was just no. I called cheap on that, man. But yeah, so that was starting to happen, and then they would find parchment paper. No one had parchment paper in the house, so they were just confused. They're like, why is it parchment? It kept saying, like, help me, help Lou. If you don't know who Lou is, it's like one of the fiancés or whatever, one of the doll owner of the apartment. So they were just like, the doll was probably trying to tell us something, because after one day, it was just, they were sitting at the table, and the arms of the doll levitated up onto the table. It was just like, okay, it's probably trying to tell us something. I know the psychic. Let's just go see her and see what we can get out of this doll. Okay, you go away. So they went there, and the medium said, okay, I sense there's a young spirit of a girl named Annabelle. She died on this property, and she's living inside the doll. And they believed it at first, but even though that was not possible, because like one of the what's it called? One of the runners of the establishment who did paranormal was like, God would not let a human body or a spirit enter a doll like that. Like that's not just how it works. They can't just do that. They can't just enter it like saying, oh yeah, God will let this happen, or whatever. It just won't happen. But they believed it, so they started treating it like an actual person. Like they kept putting getting bracelets, and like jewels and stuff. So they started treating it like as if it's an actual person. So one day, Lou, one of the fiancés, he was sleeping, and the doll was across from him. He was asleep on the couch. They were just cleaning up the apartment, and he woke up with a start. I'm just recounting what like the story said, and also from like other stuff, like from an actual interview with someone who like knew the story about the doll. So he woke up with a start, and he had a nightmare. And he said that doll right there, like pointing in the chair where it was sitting, like it was on near my legs, and it started crawling up to my neck and started to strangle me. And I was just like, okay, that sounds kind of messed up, but I don't think. I mean, that's a dream, right? I was thinking that at first, but then he picked up the doll. He got it, picked up the doll, threw it across the museum. Not the museum, not yet. He threw it across the floor of the kitchen. And he was like, "You're just a doll. You're not gonna do anything against me or like do anything to me. You can't hurt anyone." As soon as he said that, 7 like slashes. Like a few slashes appeared on his chest, like someone grabbed a claw and ripped it like through his shirt because there was blood coming through from his chest. At that rate, I'm thinking after reading that, I'm like, yeah, they're probably thinking that ain't normal. I don't think a 4-year-old girl would actually do that to someone if they were possessing the doll. I don't think that. So they called in a warning after the priest went there, because they thought, oh yeah, the priest will like figure out what's wrong. And they're like, no, we got to call Ed Warden. He would know. He knows all about the supernatural stuff. And they called him. Ed and Lorraine went. They were like, okay, this is not the spirit of a 4-year-old girl. This is a demonic possession by a demon who tricked you. And I'm like, wow. Just like in the movies. But anyway. So after that, they took it home. So right now it's in a case, but before that Ed just put it in a chair. Before he got the case, he would put it in this little chair, and he put "Do Not Touch" on it. So one day, a young priest or whatever, I don't remember specifically, but a priest came to the house, and like he had a new car, and he was like showing off to his like Lorraine, one of the wife of Ed. And so he was like, okay, why don't we sit down and have like some food or like dinner or whatever, just like talking about it. So the priest asked Ed, he was like, do you still have that doll that like to put slashes on people? He was like, yeah, let me show you. So he went and told the story until we get to the slash mark part. When he gets to the slash mark part, the priest like leans over because there's a barrier there, like a little like rope like in front of it saying "Do not touch." He reached over, grabbed the doll from the chair, threw it across the museum floor, and said, "God is more powerful than any devil or demon." And I'm like, I mean, I was like, that's kind of true, but he's not. No offense, but he's not God. Like, it wouldn't work. Ow. Because that's not like he's not. No offense, but he's not God. Like he's a human. Like God could do it, but he's not God. So he's like, so it's like you shouldn't have touched it. You shouldn't. The guy was. He was just like, you know, I don't care. So I had to do like all info on that. And so what happened was when he was driving home, right? And he got into a car accident with a tractor trailer truck or whatever it's called, and the car was totaled, and he was injured. He wasn't killed though. He survived. And so a few days later, he's on the phone. He's crying to Ed on the phone, Ed Warren, and he's just like, "What's going on?" He's like, I should have listened to you, man. I should have touched that doll, because this freaked me out. He said the last thing he saw before he got in the car crash was seeing looking in the rear mirror. He saw the image of the doll looking back at him, and he crashed his vehicle. I'm like, okay, yeah, nah, that thing is possessed. You need, like, don't burn. You can't burn this type of stuff, like, if it's demonically possessed, because you're just getting rid of the vessel it's attached to. Like, don't do that. Okay, so that's why they have it in a museum now in a case, so then they can keep the doll and, like, the demonic entity that's attached to it in the case. So there's another story. So it's basically, this time it's in the case, and he was teaching a group. He was talking to a group of college students, because they have a lot of, like, haunted artifacts in the museum. They have a lot of them. And he was talking about doll. It was in the case. Oh my god, I'm running this way. Never mind. You go away. So yeah, so they get to this last mark spot, and then some like college student was just like he went over the barrier with like what the case was, and started banging on the glass and kept saying, if that doll was like actually like a devil or something, like, do it to me right now. Like, if he could put slashes on people, do it to me right now. What did he just do? He just challenged the unknown. He just challenged something demonic, and I'm just like, man, you're done. Like, why would you do that? Like, even I know I wouldn't challenge something that I don't know. Like, if they say, oh yeah, it's a demon inside of it, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna trust it. I'm not even gonna say anything disrespectful. I'm not even gonna look at it, because I'd rather not die from that thing, man, or get hurt from it, because I don't want to, like, you know. So the guy laughed. He just like, because it was like, you have to get out of my museum. You can't be doing this. I told you not to touch anything. You did get out. So he left with his like girlfriend or whatever. They were smoking about it and laughing about it, and then literally 3 hours later. Okay, sorry. 3 hours later, that same kid died. 3 hours later, he lost control of his bike and went head on into a tree and was killed instantly. So he died literally head on into a tree. But how do we know what happened? Well, because his girlfriend didn't die. She survived, and she was in like hospital for a year, for like what accounts said. And she said the last thing they remember is them laughing and joking about the doll, and when her boyfriend lost control of the bicycle. If you're like underage, I don't know if you should be listening to this. No offense, but I'm just gonna tell you the story. So what happened was, yeah, that, and he went into a tree head on and was killed instantly. So was it the doll that did that? Was it the demonic that killed the guy? We will never know. It could have just been an accident. I'm just saying what I listened to in a not a podcast, but from like someone who worked at a museum, who knew Ed, and like was told the story by him. So I had to write about that, and I was like, it's credible, but the problem is, like, the story's credible, but the problem is with that is that there's no offense, there's no real evidence of that really happening, because these are just accounts from Ed, like Ed Warren. Like, and from other people, but like, it's kind of hard to believe, because like I believe it. Okay, I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying like some other people can't believe it because, like, you know, it's only from his account. It's like that they only have Ed's word, so that's an issue when you're trying to like say, oh yeah, this is real, because it's just his word. There's not that much evidence against it. Like, there's no evidence to say, like, to support it. So I said I used to believe it. I said on my personal account, I believe the story due to like being told by a few eyewitness reports, and from a person who was like studying the paranormal for most of his life, like Ed Warren and his wife Lorraine Warren. They were like, and they were paranormal guests. I think from the 50s. Like, they started as like Like, people say they're like the first ever ghost hunters, you know? Like, 'cause they're like the first ever people who started with cameras, they with equipment and stuff, so I believe that. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I had to do that I had to do that for 3 hours, and I got bored, like, within 20 minutes of me doing that, because it was just like, I like reading about that, but it's just hard when it's like reading. I can't read. Like, I can fall asleep from like just reading in like one book. I'm like that scene from Luigi's Mansion 3 when he just opens the book and he just falls asleep. That's me, okay? That is literally me. Alright. So yeah, that's what I did with world history. It was kind of like, it was exciting, but also boring. But yeah, like, also, one more thing. Also, a few more things. Do you ever, like, this is my opinion. Do you ever, like, go back sometimes when you're, like, watching videos, but then you remember, like, something from your past, like, like an old YouTube channel you used to watch, but you don't anymore? Then you would search their content and see if they're still uploading, or just, like, see if they, like, you see the old video and you watch it. Because I remember doing that, and it was just, like, really heartfelt for me, because, like, I shed, like, one tear. Yeah, I cried about it a little. Shut up, alright? But, yeah, that happened, because, like, this was kind of like my childhood, like me recounting my childhood a little bit, because this is what I watched as a kid. And because like, yeah, I remember watching this one guy who made a little Thomas movie, like with animation, not really animation, but like real life, like like a little bit of animation. I remember watching that, and I was just like sad about it, because like they stopped uploading like 11 years ago, and I'm like, man. Like, that was back then, it was the best movie I have ever seen, like, because I didn't think you can make, like, your own, like, videos back then. I didn't think you can actually do anything that would, like, be entertaining until, you know, I met Technoblade and that YouTuber and, like, a few others who did, like, sometimes stop motion, who played Minecraft, and I didn't think back then, like, oh, yeah, you can make anything off of it. And that's why, and then when I got old enough, I was just like, you know, I should actually stop, like, maybe make my own YouTube channel and see if I can entertain other people, and here I am now. And who in the world's behind me? Never mind. Get my... No, my game's lagging. But yeah, like, do you ever have that sometimes? Like, let me know in the comments or whatever if you want to talk about it. That's your opinion. Ow! Are you done shooting arrows, please? How do you feel? Do you feel happy about your life now? Because I don't think so. Oh, I just fell. Go back up. Yeah, I remember seeing, like, there was this really old YouTube. I think the video, like, the last video that I uploaded was, like, maybe 15 years ago. I remember seeing them. I'm like, oh, man. I just, like, it's like nostalgia to know, like, what YouTube was like back then. Like, what people uploaded back then. It was just, like, a huge amount of nostalgia for me. Because it was just like, wow. Because it was just, like, something that was, like... I just getting kill stealed. What is this? Got him twice. Oh, well. Got him. I apologize if I suck. I have not played this game in the last, like, 3 days. Yeah, because I just, like... Not bored, it's just, like, I've just been busy with school. Hold up. You gotta get... Oh, you're talking about that? I hate... You know what? The only thing I hate in school? I hate my PE, okay? I have strength and conditioning in high school. And I just hate it. I hate it, okay? I gotta leave. Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't say that. Hate's a strong word, but that's how I feel. I hate it. It's torture. That's what this is. It's literal torture, okay? Like, I gotta do push-ups when I can barely do, like, one or two. Now I gotta do, like 10 of them, and I'm like, bro, this is just torture at this rate. Because, like, I can barely get, like, a few done. And they are expecting me to get, like, 10 done in a row. And I'm, like, every other row. And I'm just, like, judging them, like, severely. Just, like, why? Like, I'm like, my teacher's fine, because I mean, I could have left. I could have signed down and been like, oh. But I didn't. Because I was an idiot. I was just like, you know what, I'll give it a try. Now I don't. I really just want to leave now. Like, I told my parents this today. They're like, "Why didn't you leave?" I was like, "I was gonna give it a chance, all right." I should probably lower it down because it's like 8:55 at night, and yeah, it's late. I gotta record though and like upload this. But that's basically what it was. I was just like, oh, hold up. They don't take knockback, but I used all my strength trying to hit them backwards, but apparently no. But yeah, that's my opinion on strength, because you gotta do push-ups, you gotta do curl-ups, you gotta do weights, you gotta do curl-ups, and I'm just like, you are asking too much for me. You're asking too much of me. I'm telling you that now. Cause like and my teacher's like, no offense to my teacher, but the teacher's like, well, if you don't do your push-ups, like you don't do them enough, I'm not gonna give you points. I'm like dying on the side. I'm like, I'm trying. You don't see me barely living right now. And they're like, well, do better. I'm like, oh my god, do better. But I'm trying my best. Yes, and yes, I do it until it hurts. That's the point. I keep doing it until it hurts. When it hurts, that's when I know, yeah, I've done enough. When it doesn't hurt, I'm like, oh god, that's not what I said, but like, still, I don't want to. Ah! Where's my gold apples? Thank you. But yeah, I think school is going fine. Like, PE, it's like, but it's like, it's fine. I push myself to punish myself anyway. Nope, I'm running. Ah, okay, I killed that guy. But yeah, school's kind of like fun because I have friends with some of my friends in my class. I get to sleep like near the end of the day. I get to watch videos sometimes during class. Don't do that, kids. But like, still, I can do that because I'm smart. Okay, I'm decently smart. But like, but yeah, still, I do that. It's just like. It's just refreshing sometimes, because I don't want to go to school sometimes, but still, you gotta go to school to learn, so you get that education, and so you can actually be something in life. Like, I don't know, like a farmer, a firefighter, and y'all are probably asking why a farmer. First off, I don't know. You're probably like farming. What? Okay, what has happened? Okay, they're excavating over there. I'm excavating. Ow. Hold up, I'm cleaning something from my screen. Fight. Oh, fight. You move. Where's the gapples? I can't switch to my gapples quickly, like those hotkeys, because the side buttons on mine doesn't work. Can we leave, please? And Vet's already taken over half the, go up. Half the moon over there. Move. Thank you. You move. You move. You move. And I get shot. There's nowhere to move. It's just block after block. You move. You move. You will move. I'm helping. I'm going above. Never mind. Anyway, let's try this again without falling. Almost fell there. Okay, I can't get a break, but... Too much boas, God. But yeah, that's really all I have to talk about, because, like... I don't really have that much to say, because, like, I just don't have that much, like, accounts of it. And also because... Yeah. I was just gonna tell y'all, like, you know, I'm gonna start trying to get more uploads out, and also just, you know, I was just gonna talk about my day today, because I thought it was gonna be exciting, but Anyway, yeah, hope y'all enjoying. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.